It's martiniinthemorning.com. Mother Miriam's over there making Bloody Marys. What else are you guys doing over there?
Bloody Mary.
Oh, you're not? You should be. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. I love your hat. I love your beautiful. You look beautiful.
It's my tiara. It's we'll do anything for the fight against breast cancer.
That's absolutely right.
And in fact, one of our listeners, Lillian Lipson. Lillian lives in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Lillian's going to be in town this weekend, I think. In fact, I think she's coming to Lucy's next week when we do our Wednesday things.
Right.
She's bringing a pink tutu. If I hit my personal fundraising goal for the Race to the Cure, I'll be wearing that pink tutu in the Race to the Cure on Sunday, September 25th.
Oh my gosh, how fabulous!
Pink tutu, pink tiara. Deana Martin on martiniinthemorning.com. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Before I forget, you have a show coming up here in town.
Yes, this Sunday, 9/11, at the House of
Oy
Blues.
vey.
Yes, I know.
Well, we all need because there will be some reflection, but I think we all need a reason to celebrate. I think to lighten our load.
That's absolutely true, and also it's for a very good cause. It's for GAP, Grandparents as Parents. And so it will be a fundraiser, and it's I had no idea about this. Well, I've known Georgia Durante for years, and she's the one who's heading up this, and it's going to be a wonderful afternoon.
So it's Sunday at the House of Blues.
Yes, I believe it's from 11 to 3.
This is the House of Blues in Hollywood.
Yes, right up.
Perfect.
Not too
on
far
Sunset,
away.
Right? Yeah. On Sunset.
Yes, and I'll be on about 2:00.
Very, very
yes.
cool. Sounds like a good cause, and. And so we talked yesterday, and you were telling me about this new project you have.
That is correct, and it's hot off the press right now.
Really?
So hot off the press that we have it this way. It hasn't been put...
Wow. Hey, Mother Miriam?
Yes, dear.
We should hold this up and show it on the camera. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at this. So the album is called White Christmas, Deana Martin. Oh, look at this picture. Oh, my gosh.
That picture will be under the CD.
There's Frankie, his dad. Let's see. There's your dad. Who else? There's Nancy.
We have Nancy Sinatra, Tina Sinatra. Yes.
Just to the right of Frank.
I'm near Frank, right there.
There's Deana right there. Yep. Yeah. I see you. And then is that Tina?
That's Tina.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And here, you tell me whoever the rest of them.
Well, let's see. We have Gail and Claudia and Ricky and Gina and Dean Paul and Nancy and
So both families.
Craig. Yes.
Wow.
It's
how
a
cool.
big Martin and Sinatra Christmas, and it's just beautiful, beautiful Christmas songs with a very special duet. And
Your families were pretty close.
yes, we were, and still are.
I heard.
Yes.
I heard a great story, odd story that who told. I think Tina told Steve Tyrell the story, and so I got it third hand. But it was an interesting story, and Steve's told it at shows before when he does one of your dad's songs. He said that one day that your dad picked Nancy and Frankie. I think they were both still in high school. No, maybe it was Nancy and Tina. I don't remember the story, but anyway, picked up a couple of the Sinatra kids and had to take them to your house and tell them that at that moment their father was marrying Mia Farrow.
That's right. Took them into the den.
Yeah.
Tina still remembers that very vividly.
I know, what an interesting story. And I actually I think you told me once before, but I've heard Steve tell the story, and I think I heard Nancy tell the story once. It's really interesting, but it really says a lot about how close your families are.
Yes, exactly. And it was quite something. I mean, that was pretty shocking then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When Frank Sinatra married Mia Farrow, that was,
yeah.
people raised their eyebrows a little bit.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about your album.
Oh, it is so beautiful, and we've been working on it for 2 years, I think you know, and it's just all the wonderful songs. We have a huge orchestra. I mean, all the best musicians, and we have 40 strings on this.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And so it's all of my favorite Christmas songs, but there's one very, very special song and that is the title of the album, and it's called White Christmas, and it's my duet with Andy Williams, and it is absolutely spectacular.
Is that what's on the... Oh, this is the whole album.
Yes, you have the whole album, and so that is let's see. It's number 5.
Let's go ahead.
Let's see. I'm going to look on here.
Let's see. Oops.
I think it's 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
Shall we? Oh, you need reading glasses?
Oh, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see.
I hear it.
I have really super duper strong reading glasses.
Okay.
Yes, let's play. Can we?
Yes, please do. And it's just such a treat.
This guy's voice says, it's funny. We have. In fact, we were just talking to her mom a second ago. Callie Rogers, a little 12-year-old girl in Tennessee, loves MartiniInTheMorning.com. She said last Christmas that she finally realized why. She said something about how much she loves hearing old guys sing Christmas songs, and she's become a Martini in the Morning listener ever since. Hey, whatever it takes, All right, Deana Martin with wouldn't call Andy Williams an old guy, just he's Mr. Christmas. I think that's a good one. Deana Martin, Andy Williams. Is this a world premiere on MartiniInTheMorning.com?
Yes, it is.
Merry Christmas, Andy.
Merry Christmas, Deana.
That is amazing. Deana, I just got chills, and not just because it's, thinking about Christmas. That was amazing.
Isn't that beautiful?
You and Andy Williams together.
Yes.
We were just saying off the air, Mother Marion said, we ought to get Andy Williams in here for, we have many, many mutual friends. I used to work with a woman whose husband was in Andy's band at one time, was his bass player, and my old friend Rick Dees from KISS FM here in Los Angeles. Well, he used to be on KISS, now he's on another station. But Rick and Andy play golf quite often and have become pretty good friends. And I just, we all grew up watching, just like we grew up watching your dad. Right. I mean, Andy is one of those fixtures, and and we had this wonderful lady, and I was going to look up her, I can't remember her last name, but there was a wonderful lady, Dorothy something, that works at the Moon River Theater in Branson, and every once in a while she'll bust my chops and say, you got to play some more Andy Williams for me, but just and it's beautiful. I mean, the two of you together.
Isn't it beautiful? And I have to say, and Andy would love to come on your radio show for sure. He loves this song. He loves the album. He thinks that, it was so cute. The day that we had it pressed and we gave it to him, he said, I've played it 15 times. He said, it's gorgeous. And it really is. He's very excited about it. But I have to tell you, the day that we got it, it was my birthday. It was August 19th. Oh. And so we went to his house for dinner. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Moon River Grill after. He has the Moon River Grill. Mm-hmm. And we're having dinner. And in the middle of dinner, Andy Williams gets up, gets the microphone, and sang "Happy Birthday" to me.
Oh.
And then he played this song.
Wow.
Played the Christmas song, and people just flipped. It was so
It's
wonderful.
beautiful.
Yes.
It's really beautiful.
Yes. I'll call him and have him call. We'll call
her
Andy.
Her people call his people. Come on, this is Hollywood. Your people call my people, and then,
wouldn't that be great?
You recorded this here in Hollywood?
Yes, we recorded it in 3 different places. At the Hit Factory Criteria in Miami, and then at Vanquish and at Capitol.
Wow.
So it's
which is pretty common to do now, because now you pull the disc or so, out of the thing, and you take it to the other place, and you do that, and I heard a lot of strings. I mean, it's beautiful.
So many strings, 40 strings, and the orchestra, and it's conducted by Charlie Colello, who wrote all these beautiful arrangements, and all the songs. Each one is better than the next, and it's fun. We have Jingle Bell Rock, and What Are You Doing New Year's Eve, and so it's a nice mixture. Of course, we have the Christmas song, and I'm
looking at the list. I've got My Love to Keep Me Warm, Silver Bells, What Are You Doing New Year's Eve, Winter Wonderland, White Christmas, which you just heard with Andy Williams, My Favorite Things, Jingle Bell Rock, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and the Christmas song. And it's funny, does Andy, didn't he live in Toluca Lake?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And not too far from where he lived, Mel Torme and Bob Wells wrote the Christmas song on a really hot day, and I think it was Daisy told me the story. I think it was June or July that they wrote that song. So it's just, I don't know, seems all very appropriate. The album is called White Christmas. Questions coming from our listeners in the chat lounge. One of them, how funny. She said, Lynn Plummer said that she named her daughter after you.
Oh.
And she wants to know when the album is going to be available for sale.
All right, that's a question for my husband,
That's
John.
a
who's
John
right
question.
Here.
4 days.
4 days?
In 4 days.
It'll be available. And where will we buy it? Online or at stores or? Both. Okay. You'll get us all the details and we'll pass for it. How's that?
Oh, yes. It's so beautiful.
And here's Mother Miriam already taking pictures, blocking the camera. You know, you make a much better door than window, Mother Miriam.
She's so pretty.
What, Deana? I want to play. I want to play. Can I play another song from the album?
Sure. And wait till you hear What Are You Doing New Year's Eve?
That's what I was going to play.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Cut three. Cut three.
Oh.
Okay.
See, you were sending me a signal.
That's what the two that I really wanted to hear, just because I know your style and you know, and I know some of the artists that have influenced you over the years. I wanted to hear you doing What Are You Doing New Year's Eve and I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. Those just seem like the most obvious songs for you.
Yes, excellent. Okay.
All right, Deana Martin. The album's called White Christmas on MartiniInTheMorning.com. Which microphone I'm on? Deana and I swap microphones so you can see her on camera, but Mother Miriam's head is blocking the camera.
Should I say 9?
It's 9:25 in the West. MartiniInTheMorning.com. So you did this with the legendary Al Schmidt at Capitol Records.
That is correct, and it's so much fun.
Al
First of all, just to be in Capitol Records.
You know, I'd never met Al. I knew of him, and since we started working in this genre, you know, I've heard his name and see his name on so many people's CDs and all the great stuff he's done at Capitol Records over the years. And but I finally met him at a party that you threw at Capitol Records.
That's right. It was. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It was 09.
It was, and it was there at Capitol Records, and you introduced, that was the second
Volare,
album. Yeah.
Yes, the second.
Yeah, that was a fun night. I'd been at Capitol once or twice, but really never spent a whole lot of time there. And it was neat and getting to meet Al that night, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Now you guys have done something that's not. The new album will be out in 4 days.
4 days.
Okay, and we'll keep you posted, let you know where you can get it and all that. The album, the Christmas album called White Christmas, and we'll play another cut from it. It's appropriate here in Southern California, just as Mel Torme and Bob Wells wrote the chestnuts roasting on an open fire to kind of cool themselves off on a hot summer day in Toluca Lake. It's very appropriate for us to play Deana's Christmas album today to cool off a little bit, since we're expecting a high of 103 here in Studio City. But something that's not on this album and is going to be on a future album.
Very special, yes. So it'll be in on the next one. Might even just be a single, and it would be fun to just play it right now and have everybody enjoy something that's absolutely super spectacular.
This is a, if I may brag a little bit and brag on Deana a little bit, this is a MartiniInTheMorning.com world premiere exclusive. I mean, how far down the road might people actually be able to get a copy of it? Are we thinking years, months?
Oh, no. Probably months.
Okay. But this is a little sneak preview. Deana Martin on MartiniInTheMorning.com. And by the way, if anybody asks you if you heard this, tell them no. Oops. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That is too cool. Now, so you guys, you took your dad's vocals and all new tracks.
All new tracks.
Because it's really, I mean,
it's
sonically, yes, yeah, it is. You know what it reminds me of a little bit, and what I'm about to tell you, I'm embarrassed to tell you this because you told me about this a long time ago, and I haven't followed up. Bonnie Hunt took "Return to Me" for the movie, and she took your dad's vocals and then put a whole new thing behind it to freshen it up for the movie, and I never got a copy of it because that's the version we should be playing her version of
so
Return to
good.
Me from the movie. It's fabulous. But what you guys did with that, that's incredible. And
Isn't
then
it
your
beautiful?
vocals with your dad, that must have. Now, here's a question I've always wondered. You know, Natalie Cole and David Foster did that with her and her dad. How, do you hear are you listening to his vocals when you sing?
Yes, we had put down the new tracks. We had all the musicians, and it was just so beautiful. In fact, John tracked down the original Nelson Riddle arrangement.
Wow.
I think from Arizona or something. The handwritten
wow.
chart. And so we printed it out, and I was able to use the actually the lead sheet that Dad
your
used,
dad used,
and it said Dean up on the top. So I'm sitting there, and we recorded all the musicians, and beautiful, gorgeous. And then I sat there, and we dropped in Dad's voice, and I was able to sing with him.
Wow.
So it was quite something. I'm looking at the sheet music. It says Dean, True Love, and I'm singing and I'm hearing him. And it was just remarkable.
What year did your dad record that originally? Do you know? 1960?
1960.
Wow. And you were a mere child, and
Yeah.
it must be really kind of exciting to kind of come full circle on that.
It was very exciting, and it turned out so great, so warm. And in fact, Al Schmidt did The Unforgettable with
Natalie.
Matt and Natalie, yes.
Wow.
And so now he's done Dean and Deana.
That is just too
that
cool.
fun?
That's
What he said, what Al said.
He said, well, you have a hit here.
Here, John.
He said, this was so wonderful. He
Yeah.
said, when I recorded Natalie
Yeah.
on Unforgettable, he said, Deana, he put one hand on each shoulder. He said, Deana, this is as good as that album. He said,
Wow.
you have a hit here.
Wow, it's amazing.
Isn't that something?
And it's the perfect song. I mean, it's the
Isn't it
perfect song for you to
true
duet
love?
on. Yeah, I mean, that's just perfect. I mean, lyrically, the style of the song is just perfect for you and your dad to do a duet.
And
That's
it's an
wonderful.
appropriate song, for a
Yes.
father and daughter.
Yes,
to do.
yes,
So,
yes. And
Yes.
yeah, I think that's wonderful. Deana Martin on martiniinthemorning.com. And the new album, which will be out in about 4 days. And don't forget, by the way, Deana doing the fundraiser at the House of Blues this weekend. At the House of Blues Sunday, right? It's House of Blues on Sunset, and you're playing around 2:00.
Yes,
And it's a fundraiser again
For GAP, Grandparents as Parents.
and
Yes.
that's this Sunday again, Sunday afternoon at the House of Blues. I want to play another song, if you don't mind, from
All right. We need the sheet so that we can find
Here you
out
go,
which
John.
song
I
to
got-
do.
I think it's cut one that I was going to play. Let's see. Hang on a second. Yes, I want to play. If you're,
Let's do it.
Are you okay with that
Because
one?
it's 185 outside.
Yeah, I thought this would be an appropriate song to play here on a very hot summer day in Southern California from her album White Christmas, Deana Martin on Martini in the Morning. MartiniInTheMorning.com. Deana Martin from her album White Christmas, coming out in just a few days, and we will give you all the details when it's available. Hey, somebody asked a second ago, let me go back to the question, Deana. Deana Martin in the studio with us as we celebrate 5 years playing the greatest songs ever. And but we go back so much further because, and I've told the story before, when we were on 570 and 690 AM here in Los Angeles, Deana graciously came in several times, and you filled in for Daisy Torme a couple of times.
That's right. And we did the Father's Day.
That was really where we all started this.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
It was fun. It was fun to have you come in and talk. You came in and talked about your dad. Monica Mancini came in and talked about her dad. David Lawrence came in to talk about Steve Lawrence, and Tony Prima came in to talk about her dad, Louis Prima. It was just the whole. I forget who else we had in. Somebody else. It was a fun idea. Then we thought, wow, Deana's kind of good at this. You could be a disc jockey,
Right.
So we've that was back. The Father's Day thing was in. It was right around my 50th birthday. So that was 7 years ago. No, it was longer than that. But anyway, it was just a hoot, and ever since we've been. It's just so much fun to have you come in and play your music and talk about what you're doing, talk about your dad, talk about your friends. It's just fun. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I thank you for keeping this going. I mean, it's so important. And it's funny, I just came back from West Virginia. I was in Clarksburg, West Virginia, for a big concert with the Italian Heritage festival. And the people who came up after, I mean, it was packed. There were about 20,000 people who came. It was just amazing. And everyone who came up to me after the show, and they said, thank you for keeping this music alive. Thank you for doing that.
It's really important.
It is important.
And it's funny, and people look at me funny when I say this, but I think it's true. I think your dad, in particular your dad, and I think Frank Sinatra too, and a handful of the artists that were performing when they were, I think their music is possibly hotter and certainly cooler now than it was then. I just think this is a great time for you to be doing this.
I think so, and it was all meant to be. Things things happen in this world for reasons, I'm pretty sure, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's and an honor for me, and what a pleasure, to be able to continue this.
And last time you were in, you brought in the book, and we've had so many people who went out and bought. Was it Cool?
Dean Martin, Cool Then, Cool Now.
Cool Now. So many people went out and bought the book, and they were just shh. They came in, and they people commented that they went out and bought the book, and they loved the CDs in it. And in fact, Al the engineer, our buddy Al, knows this music inside and out, and was so blown away by some of the stuff on the CDs. So it's just a very cool package, and that you're able to go. Karen would call me and she'd say, "Hey, Deana was just on
The View."
Yeah. It's really cool that you could because. It's just good to have somebody who can be kind of a spokesman for this music.
Exactly.
Spokesperson.
And it's fun and it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to be able to sing these songs and do this is just it's a little overwhelming for me sometimes. But to come in and see you, yes, it is. Because it's to be doing that duet with Dad and hearing his voice and being in the studio, it's you get choked up.
I'll bet. I did
do.
Listening to it. I can just imagine.
I know.
Hey, one of the folks in the Martini in the Morning chat lounge, they were just asking when you did the duet with Andy Williams, which, by the way, if you don't mind, and we usually don't do this on the radio, but before we're done at 10, do you mind if I play it again?
I would love it. It is the most beautiful version that I have ever heard. And his voice is so gorgeous, and he's such an incredible human being. And I know he would be happy to be on Martini.
It's so much fun to have Mr. Williams in. Somebody was asking, did you do the vocals at the same time with Andy?
With him, yes, with Andy.
Wow.
Absolutely. And he's so. And you know what? We're now about the same size, which is so cute. And so. To see him, and he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He's so handsome.
Sounds great.
And his voice is so beautiful. And he's asked me, he said, Deana, he said, now that we've done this, he said, will you come? He does those incredible shows, the Christmas shows in Branson, Missouri. He said, would you come on and sing this with me? I said, well, of course.
Wow.
Of course. So I'll be doing a few of Andy's shows.
What a treat.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
He is Mr. Christmas.
If you missed the duet at the outset of our conversation with Deana, we'll play it again here in just a few minutes on martiniinthemorning.com. Another cut, and John had to step out because I know he's handling some business today.
Oh yes, he is.
John said that his favorite on your upcoming album, John Griffith, of course, Deana's husband, he said his favorite on Deana's album, White Christmas, is this song. So we'll share. Oh, I got it.
And he's also the producer of this.
So he would know.
He would know.
He knows these things. Deana Martin on martiniinthemorning.com. The album, White Christmas. martiniinthemorning.com. Silver bells from Deana Martin. John's right. That smokes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that was really good. Deana Martin, the new album called White Christmas, and we're going to play, and again, it's something we don't do often, but we're going to play White Christmas again. It's just, listening to you and Andy Williams together, it's just the vocals. I got chills listening to it. I mean, and when I hear probably one of those moments when Christmas rolls around, and we do our annual countdown over from the 1st of November until Thanksgiving. We have people vote on their favorite Christmas songs, and then over Thanksgiving weekend we count down the 100 most requested Christmas songs, and when we get to Andy Williams, it's like one of those moments, and it's here. It really is here.
Right.
Just his voice, it just says Christmas to me.
It does. And here's a cute story. Andy tells. Well, actually, he told me when we were doing the album, and he said, I was sitting. He said, your dad and your mom, they were at La Familia in Beverly Hills having dinner, and he says, and I walked in with my wife, and Jeannie, waves and says, "Oh, look, Dean, there's Andy Williams." And Dad said, "Hey, Christmas, how you doing?" And he said, and that's what he calls him. He says, so he calls him Christmas.
I love that. That's
and he loves it. I put that in the liner notes because it's so cute. And he is Christmas. He is Mr. Christmas.
What Christmas at the Martin home? What memories?
Oh my gosh. It was amazing. First of all, we would all go to pick out the tree, and it would be cold, it would be cold, and we would always get the biggest, fattest, tallest tree we could find.
Right.
And of course, we couldn't put it on our car, so they would deliver it.
Right.
And then we would put it in the living room, and Dad would stand atop a very tall ladder, and we'd bring out all the decorations, and he'd put all the lights around the tree. He would put the lights on, and then it was our turn, all the kids, and then we would decorate it.
Wow.
And we'd have Christmas music going, and it was a lot of fun. I'm sorry?
Did he sing?
We all sang. We'd always have on the Christmas music. And it was, well, imagine there's 7 kids. So there we were, and it was so special.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Full house. And then on Christmas Eve, we would go to midnight mass at Good Shepherd Church, and then and it was always beautiful. Then we'd come home after, and we could open one gift. And then we'd put out, something for Santa, some cookies and everything. And then next morning we'd wake up, and there'd be more presents there.
Yeah.
Dad would pretend to be surprised that Santa came. He had no idea. He was up all night actually putting all these. So it was so cute. It was just fun.
That sounds
such
like
nice memories.
Where will you be at Christmas this year?
Gosh, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll be with Andy Williams doing a Christmas show. No, you know what? I'm not exactly sure. And John's out here. I hope I'm here with the family.
Here in Southern California.
Yes,
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Deana Martin on martiniinthemorning.com. I have to play it again, and it violates radio disc jockey rule number 275B, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what we're all about here. This song we played it half an hour ago or so for the first time, 45 minutes ago, and I just got chills from it. First of all, it's such an amazing song, and part of it, knowing the story, it's once again, here we are on a really hot summer day, knowing that Irving Berlin wrote this song on a hot summer day at the, what's the big resort in Phoenix? The big, the big, famous, starts with a B. I'll think of it. Okay. Irving Berlin is sitting at the pool in Phoenix, Arizona on a very hot summer day, and he writes this song. Deana Martin and Mr. Christmas, Andy Williams on martiniinthemorning.com. And Deana Martin, the album is called White Christmas. Deana Martin again this Sunday afternoon at the House of Blues in a fundraiser. That's the House of Blues on Sunset in Hollywood. And you have something really special coming up in October in Vegas.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. It will be October 15th. I will be singing the Star Spangled Banner for the opening of NASCAR. And that's going to be special. It's a Friday.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, I'll just get out there and sing it, and it's all those NASCAR fans. It's going to be wild.
I know it's amazing. We were flipping past one of the races the other day. Karen is from Boise, and we're big Boise State football fans, and they played in the big kickoff classic in Atlanta. Saturday evening, and at the same time there was a NASCAR race going on in Atlanta, and one of the front runners in that particular race is from Boise, and he's got his car all decked out with Boise State colors and all that. So we flipped over to see if we could catch a glimpse of the car. But what's amazing about NASCAR is it's this mass of humanity. I mean, like 100,000 plus people or something crazy like that, and you're going to be out there singing in front of all of them.
Yes, all by myself.
And you're not. and I'll repeat what I said off the air. You're not going to sing the Christina Aguilera version of the national anthem.
No, I'm
Poor girl.
I'm not. I know. Now I know it was devastating for her. But you know what? She received so many calls so that she could go sing the national anthem at their events. It was very cute because we knew that she was just nervous. I mean, it's
a hard song.
It's a very hard song, and if you don't start right at the right key, you can't get to the next one.
We've all heard people, very good singers who, because it's not the kind of song you sing every day. Yeah.
No, it's not. And it is a difficult song, but it's such a moving song.
Yes.
Because when you're thinking about those words and you're going, oh my gosh, so it is overwhelming.
Yeah.
And you get caught up in it. But, with NASCAR and the people, they're all singing with you, and it's, they're so American.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
and
it is.
It's great.
Yeah, very, very patriotic moment at those races.
Yes.
Deana Martin on martiniinthemorning.com, the new album called White Christmas, and it's given us a chance to cool off a little bit as the heat begins to really make its presence known here in Southern California. It's going to be a really hot day, so I think it was very appropriate playing all these great songs. And again, the album out in just a few days, and we'll give you all the details when it's. In fact, we'll put up a link on the website when it's ready. I feel like I should play one more, and I think I think that this. Wait a minute. What cut is it? Cut number. Let's see. Deana, this album is so much fun, and I love playing Christmas music. And I love playing Christmas music any time of the year, but especially on a hot September day. It's just
Okay.
somehow it just feels very appropriate. And when will we see you back here in Southern California hanging out with us?
Well, let's see. Well, I know I'm going to be playing at Catalina's November 24th, so right before Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Is it the 23rd or the 24th?
24th is Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, so the 23rd.
You're there the
So
day
instead
before.
of being home making stuffing, you should be at Catalina's Jazz
Getting
Club.
stuffed and,
Yeah.
and watching Deana
That's
Martin
right.
perform. Are you going to do some Christmas songs?
Of course.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yes. Oh,
Some
yeah.
stuff from the new album. That'll. Oh,
Sure.
yeah. That's
Wouldn't that
very
be fun?
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Again, we'll get you the details on the new album. You got to let us know when True Love. John took his iPhone.
Did he take
I was
it?
going to email the song to myself. I was going to get into his email.
Well,
and email it to myself.
we will do that. I
You
have
will?
it on my phone also.
Okay,
so
cool.
we can do that for
That
you.
was very cool playing that with you and your dad singing. Hey, I had one other question I forgot to ask real quickly before we get to one more song from the album. They were asking a couple of our listeners from the UK said that they read that you studied acting in the UK and you have done some plays. Do you plan on doing any more theater?
Oh, yes. In fact, another goal, you always have to set goals for yourself
Yeah.
in your life. And so Broadway is my next goal.
Really?
So, yes, I would love to do that. After we make the book into a movie,
Mm-hmm.
then I would love to go to Broadway. But I love the theater. And, I am a ham.
No,
So-
come on.
So getting up on stage and being able to do to play a character from beginning to end, and there's no director yelling "cut," or take two.
Sure.
It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
And I went to Dartington College of Arts in Totnes in South Devon in England.
Wow.
And it was a big old castle, as they say, and it was a great time in my life. So I
Sounds like
love
fun.
acting and all the whole. It's all part of it.
Speaking of that, the movie. I haven't talked to you in a while. What's the latest on memories are made of this? The movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I know, isn't that great? Well, we just I don't know if I have my my text back from Bonnie Hunt yet, but I just texted her a few minutes ago to see we're going to have a meeting, and so we'll see how far she's gone. And
Now, see, Bonnie's producing.
she's writing.
She's writing.
She's writing the screenplay,
Yeah.
and Joe Mantegna is directing and producing, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is playing me.
Playing you. Any word on who's going to play your dad?
Still no, don't know. I have been hearing about some incredible actors who are very handsome, and you have to be handsome, but you have to be cool.
Yeah.
You have to have that gleam in your
Yes,
eye, and there's something very, very special about Dean Martin, and it's been so hard to try and find someone.
Very hard to imitate. I thought. What's that? Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I think.
I love him.
I think maybe no. Who's the guy that I love?
Yeah, that we went to see and gave him glasses.
The guy that.
Perfect.
The guy that we went to see and we
went
gave him
to Deana
glasses.
so many times, and he had this big band, and then they
Big
got up and
band.
sang.
Big
The
band.
actor.
The actor.
Remember Catalina?
Oh.
They put all of these the horns in the front. And
Oh.
Ooh.
Seth MacFarlane, the Family Guy guy.
I could see that.
Really?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. And he has the attitude and the swagger.
Yeah, we need that.
That's interesting. I never. He's definitely not as good a singer as your dad, but he is a good
Right.
singer, and he loves this music, and he works with some of the best musicians in town.
Wow.
Are you familiar with the Family Guy, the cartoon series?
Yes.
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 Yeah. He does. He's got like four shows, I think, on Fox. But he uses the best musicians in town. They all love working with him. He on his Christmas show last year, he used a 90-piece orchestra. I mean, this guy is serious about this kind of music. He's doing an
love
album,
it.
in fact.
Oh, I love it.
And he does a couple of your dad's songs when he's when he performs. We've seen him a couple of times. That's something to think about.
All right, well, we're going to write
Seth
that
MacFarlane.
down.
All right, Deana Martin
Okay.
on martiniinthemorning.com. Again, the new album called White Christmas. We'll give you the scoop as soon as it's out, and you can pick up a copy of it. And Sunday at the House of Blues on Sunset in Hollywood.
That's right, and we'll have a lot of fun. It's a nice brunch, but I want to thank you, and happy anniversary,
Thank you.
5 years, unbelievable, you guys.
Thank you.
But you're always so wonderful about this music, and it's because of you that we can record these albums and everything. Because if no one's playing them, You know, we would just do it for our own home enjoyment, and so this is you are putting it out there to everyone, and we thank you.
Thank you. Well, we have a wonderful audience. We've got thousands of people around the world. I mean, right now in the chat lounge, we've got people from Bogota, Colombia. We've got somebody from Milan, Italy. Several people from England. We've got a guy in I didn't write it down. A funny tweed something or other, Australia, on the Gold Coast of Australia.
Oh, really?
We've got people, and of course, people all across the U.S. who just absolutely love this music and what you're doing to freshen. I don't mean to say that the music, that the classic stuff isn't fresh, but what you do and with these arrangements, it's and the arrangement on True Love just blew me away. I mean,
isn't that great?
Your husband John is to be congratulated too as the producer of the album. Deana, thank you very much. And with that, we will say arrivederci. Deana Martin on MartiniInTheMorning.com. The greatest songs ever written, online around the clock and around the world, celebrating 5 years. It's MartiniInTheMorning.com.